Today is Friday, February 7th, 2025, and you know what that means. It is pre-release for Aetherdrift for Magic the Gathering. Today we're going to be opening 2 boxes of play boosters for you. Feel free to check them out in store. We're going to have these singles available at the one and only Jeff Comics. So each box of Aetherdrift has 30 packs in it. Each pack has 14 Magic the Gathering cards. Let's see. Oh, baby. We have box toppers in this set as well. We're going to save the second box topper for later. But you know what? We're actually going to start with a little bit of hype. Here is our first box topper. We're going to keep these packs over to the side for a moment. We're going to open this one right away. Stick around to the end for when we do the second box. We will have that box topper available to see right at the end. We're gonna give that a little start. So there's a number of different treatments that are new to this set, one of which is these first place foils. Take a look at that. They are very nice gold, and as you can maybe see here, we have 2 cards per box topper. One of them, it seems to be, is always a basic land. This time we have the mountain in the first person perspective, and our actually exciting card is going to be, let's see, Atchik, Emerald Radian. It's Golgari Legend, 3/3. When it enters, create a 1/1 green insect token for each artifact and or creature in your graveyard. And whenever another insect you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Each opponent loses 1 life. Ooh. Anytime any insect dies. That's a pretty good one. I could definitely see that being a commander. Awesome start. And we have ourselves 30 play boosters. We have a guaranteed foil in every pack. Let's get them started. This one's going to be a little tough to open, huh? Nope, they have the start right along the edge. Alright. Looks like we have a Japanese printing, if I'm guessing right, because we have, well, I'll check in a second, but it seems like our rare is going to be right after this Plains, considering we have a token first. So, we have a Thopter token, very lovely. Let's see, we have ourselves another Plains in the first person perspective. The flavor of this set is incredible, inspired by Akira, and all those kinds of racing ephemera. Here we have a Veteran Beast Rider. This is our foil, so we will have our rare coming up right next. Mind Spring Merfolk. Exhaust X blue. Draw X cards, put a +1/+1 counter on each Merfolk creature you control. Pretty nice. Alrighty. And we'll go on to our first uncommon, Canyon Vaulter. A Core Pilot, glad to see the cores are back. A 3/1, whenever this creature saddles a mount or cruise a vehicle during your main phase, that mount or vehicle gains flying until end of turn. Very exciting. Haunted Hellride, more vehicles for them to crew. Defend the Rider, an instant. Reckless Velocitor. A Camera Launcher. We're into our commons now. Beast Rider Vanguard. Mutant Surveyor. That guy's pretty cool. Here's one of our new mechanics. Start your engines. If you have no speed, it starts at 1. It increases once on each of your turns when an opponent loses life, and the max speed is 4. So, we have an activated ability. This creature gets +1/+1 till end of turn, and here's where the speed matters. When you reach max speed, this creature gains this ability. 3, exile a card from your graveyard, draw a card. Pretty good. It's a fun little mechanic. At first, I thought it was going to be a little bit weak, but considering it always starts at 1, you don't need to gain 4, you only need to gain 3, because you can only do it once each turn, each of your turns when an opponent loses life. But With the amount of things that say start your engines in this set, it seems like it's going to be easy enough to get up to that 4 speed. And they even have little reminder cards as well that will get into speed. So in place of a token, doesn't look like we have one here. We will probably have one soon. And we'll go over that when we see it. Lovely little treasure token. Very cool. Treasure. A tapped land. ETBs gain 1 life for either white or black. Oh, and that's in place of a basic. Interesting. Okay. We have a daring mechanic. That's our foil. Just a regular foil. District mascot. This creature ETBs with a +1/+1 counter on it. 1 in a green, remove 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Destroy a target artifact. When this creature attacks, while saddled, put a +1/+1 counter on it and saddle it. A cute little dog. Very lovely. Broadside Barrage, an instant, and is it? Let's see if we can get this to keep focusing well. Roadside Assistance. Enchant creature or vehicle. Gets +1/+1 and has lifelink. And you can create a pilot to help crew. Very fun. Boosted Sloop. Almost wanted to call it Boosted Slop, but there's 2 O's there. Menace, it's a vehicle with 3/3. Nice uncommon. Ooh, Hour of Victory. Very lovely art. By Aaron Miller. Awesome. Start your engines. When this enchantment ETBs, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. When you're at max speed, sacrifice this enchantment, search your library for a card, put it to hand, and then shuffle, only as a sorcery. That doesn't seem horrible. Gets you a 2/2 for 3 mana right off the bat, starts your engines, and when you're at max speed, if you're already at max speed, then it's just a tutor on a stick when you're ready for it. That's awesome. Guide Light Matrix. Grim Javelineer. Trip Up. I see Cycling is back. Being able to discard it and draw a card if it's not what you need at the time. That's very nice. Gonna have tons and tons of vehicles. Look at that back to back. This one creates you a Thopter to be able to accrue it. 5 mana for a 5/4. And Burner Rocket. This guy has Flash. It's a crew 1 when it ETBs. Target creature you control gets +2/+0 and gains trample till end of turn. Wow, we had 3 vehicles all back to back to back. Awesome. Yeah, this set is going to be full of vehicles for your enjoyment. It's exciting stuff. We're back into the, multiverse. We got our planeswalkers like Chandra riding her Akira bike in our, promo stuff here. We have a couple of big hits that we're going to be looking out for. Oh, which we'll talk about maybe in a little bit if we crack one soon. But first, here is the start your engines in place of a token. You have your little reminder to keep tracking it. So whenever an opponent loses life during your turn, if your speed is 1 or greater, increase the speed by 1. Max speed is 4 and only triggers once each turn. Very neat. Got Chandra over here. Oh, no, that's a couple Chandras maybe? That's definitely Chandra, but lovely stuff. And then on the back side of this token, max speed. Very cool. So once you hit that 4 speed, you can just flip it to the back. And you're off to the races. Pun intended. We have ourselves a forest here. Very nice. Looks like there was a few that have the first-person perspective that are full art. But here's one of the ones that's just a lovely little road among the multiverse. Maybe a little overgrown, but it makes sense for a forest. Ooh. We got a little something peeking out here. Gonna tuck that away. Chitin Gravestalker. Costs 1 less to cast for each artifact and or creature card in your graveyard and has cycling. That could be pretty good. Could only cost you 1 black. Very nice. And Willow Rush Verge. Alright, so these are the continuation of the land cycle that I believe we had in one of our more recent sets. So you can add a blue at any time, or if you control a forest or island, you're able to alternatively add a green mana. Lovely little rare cycle of lands. And as you can see, we have our second rare of the pack, Winter, Cursed Rider. Ward pay 2 life. Artifacts you have ward pay 2 life. Very cool. And it has an exhaust that gives -X to other non-artifact creature. Very neat. Gallant Strike. Very nice art. Triox. Oh, this is one of the vanilla legendary creatures. Very fun. This is our first one of those. So all of this is just flavor text. There are no activated, triggered abilities, nothing on this guy. He is just a 2 mana, 4/1 legendary creature. I believe there's a cycle with 1 in each color. So I'm sure we'll see between these 2 boxes. Certainly we'll get a few more of these. Oh my gosh, that dog is adorable. Yes, you are a great boy. Let's see. Exercise kindness for nothing remains small forever. Yep, that's a big old dog. Gotta love it. Gotta be kind. Grim Javelineer. A Nimble Thopterist. Leonin Surveyor. And a Gilded Goda. Yeah, the flavor in this set's great. A little bit of a racing around the multiverse with all your pals. Got a nice little insect. Very neat. Dismal Backwater. Enters gain 1 life. Ooh, Spell Pierce got a reprint. Very cool. And for our first rare, Redshift, Rocketeer Chief. So Vigilance. Wow, an exhaust cost that has a 12 total in it. Vigilance. Tap to add X-Men in any one color where X is its power. Spend this mana only to activate abilities, like this exhaust cost. Or you can put any number of permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield. Very fun. Pit Automaton. Carrion Cruiser. Wild Roads. This is the first uncommon land that we've seen here. So let's see. This land enters the battlefield tapped and lets you control a mount or vehicle. It adds for a green. And it has a activated ability. There we go. Sacrifice this land. Create a pilot that crews as though its power were 2 more. Very fun. Run over. Interesting. Love the art. Wreckage Wickerfolk. Venom Sack Lagak. Daring Mechanic. More cycling. Another exhaust card and ooh, artifact spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for 3 in white. That's very useful. For a common, that's going to be a great card. I don't remember if the blue ones, like, not Aether Sworn Canonist, but there's one of the Aether somethings that reduces artifact costs as well. I think that's maybe 2 mana instead of that one being 3. Oh, but here's your pilot. A token that saddles a mount or cruise vehicle as though its power were 2 or greater. Gonna see that a lot. A mountain. Very cool. Lots of lava. Looks like it's a little hard to see with this foiling here, but got ourselves the road that's going through it. Very neat. Broken Wings. Ooh, so we can get a foil land and a foil non-land card as well in the same pack. Broken Wings. Destroy an artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. Always useful. Gestal Thrill Roller. Another rare vehicle. Very neat. Reef Roads. Ooh. Driving among the coral in your blue and gold car. Very neat. This one can also... It looks like the entire cycle has the same ability to sack the land and create a pilot that cruises as though it were 2 power greater. Which is neat. Nesting Bodily we've seen before. Push the limit. 7 mana sorcery to return all your mounts and vehicles from your graveyard to the field and sack them at end step. And then the vehicles become creatures until end of turn and have haste. Okay. A little reanimation just in case they get blown up in a board wipe or something like that. Packed Doll Terror, a toy. An artifact creature toy for 4. When this or another artifact you control ETBs, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain a life. Neat. Bestow Greatness again. Lovely Dog. Light Shield Parry. Crash and Burn. Midnight Mangler. And a Spot Cycle Scouter. They do love the alliteration with some of these sets. It's very fun. Ooh, we have our first art card, it looks like. Aetherdrift art series. Oh, awesome. We have Chandra cruising down the road, running away from who knows what. That's the art for Outpace Oblivion. Very cool. A Swamp. A Goblin Surveyor. Regal Imperosaur. Other dinosaurs you control get +1/+1. 5/4 for 3 mana. Gotta love it. Oh, here we have this one I think I like the most out of the vanilla legendary creatures. 2 mana for a 0/8 octopus with no other abilities. I mean, they're causing absolute havoc to that road. And this creature's going to be able to block for days. That's awesome. Dune Drifter. A Rocketeer Boost Buggy. Oh, we have another one of the Vanilla Legends. A 7/2 for 3 for the black one. Awesome. A Ticket Tortoise. Stall Out. Hazard of the Dunes. Maximum Overdrive. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, gains Death Touch and indestructible until end of turn. Okay, not too bad. In black for 2 mana, I know there's similar effects for the indestructible at least in green, but that's a cool effect and an awesome name. Gearseeker Serpent, Voyager Quick Welder, and a Kickoff Celebration. Lovely. Alrighty. Got ourselves another pilot. Thornwood Falls in foil. Brightfield Mustang has saddled, just a common. Ooh, Loot the Pathfinder, our first hit of the box. Alright. Loot is a green, blue, red legend with 3 different exhausts. Each exhaust ability can only be activated once, but Double Strike, Vigilance, Haste. So you can activate one of these immediately if you have the mana for it. Yeah, it's an awesome card. I'm going to put that to the side. And Glory Heath Lynx. Neat. Diversion Unit. Fuel the Flames. The Brood Wagon. Scrap Compactor. Spin Out. Pedal to the Metal. There's some very epic names in this set. Pedal to the Metal, Maximum Overdrive. They have some je ne sais quoi to them. Very neat. The Nimblethopterist, which we've seen a few times, and the Broadcast Rambler. You know, let's actually put the Loot the Pathfinder in a little sleeve. Make it nice and easy to keep that safe. So some of the big hits that we're looking for. Loot's our first one. It's at least a few bucks. It's going to see some good commander play. There's some special guest cards, which we haven't seen any of yet. But hopefully we will soon. Ooh, a foil of the mountain. Is this the same as our first place foil? It is. So same art, but a very similar treatment, just in a real nice foil with some gold bordering. Yeah, these look so cool. Like I was saying, there are some special guest cards which they introduced a while back, maybe 2 years ago or so in set boosters, 2-3 years, where you can get some reprints that aren't standard legal, but can be played in all kinds of Eternal formats where those cards are already legal. And I believe those would be close to the first slot that we'd be seeing after our foil or non-foil land. There's a couple big hits there at the very least. There is Chrome Mox, got a reprint, I believe, is the one Moxen that you can find in both this first place foil as a box topper, or as, it wouldn't be here, it would be, I believe this card, the foil would be replaced with the special guest. So we haven't hit one yet, and we are about 9 packs through now. So we'll see how many hits of those we get. But a Thopter Fabricator, when you draw your second card each turn, create a Thopter with flying. It has crew 2. Not bad for a 3-drop 4/4. Very cool. There's the Spell Pierce again, this time non-foil. And I think this rounds out all 5 colors of the uncommon vanilla legendary creatures. Sundial, Dawn Tyrant. 2 mana for a 3/3. It's like Yoshimaru, but with 1 more mana, but also 1 more power, 1 more toughness. Molt Tender. Rangers, Aether Hive. Cool. Skybox Fairy with Jaguar. That has Saddle. Neat. The Wicker Folk. Silken Strength. Gives the enchanted permanent +1/+2 and has Reach. And it untaps it. For 2 mana, not bad. Midnight Mangler, Daring Mechanic, and Gestalt Blockbuster. The commons, it's no surprise that we've seen a few of those already. They're always welcome. We have another art series card, this time for District Mascot, which, is that the nice dog? Oh, this is the, I forget what they're calling these, the kind of graffiti-esque cartoony arts. So I don't know that we can get this art in play booster packs, but we'll see. Let's see, we've got a mountain, got an engine rat. Oh, whoa, okay. That is currently the biggest hit that we could get in the set outside of the special guest, the Aether Spark. Non-foil, but it is a artifact planeswalker that's legendary. As long as the Aether Spark is attached to a creature, the Aether Spark can't be attacked and has, whenever equipped creature deals combat damage during your turn, put that many loyalty counters on the Aether Spark. A +1 says you can attach it to one target creature you control, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. A -5, noting it starts with 4 loyalty, a -5 is draw 2 cards, and a -10 is add 10 mana of any one color for a 4-drop. Very cool. Definitely gonna have to sleeve that one up. Voyage Home, Aether Siphon. Nothing too crazy. But the Aether Spark is definitely going to be shaking up a number of formats with what it can do. For 4 mana, very solid. A Loot and an Aether Spark. I think those are 2 of the bigger hits of the set, so already having hit both of them. Very cool. The Start Your Engines reminder. Swiftwater Cliffs. Gains a life. Ooh, I saw something kind of interesting behind this. We have our foil uncommon legend. And, oh, so District Mascot. The one that we got the art card of. We are able to get those in here. So this treatment, District Mascot, it's just a green. This creature ETBs with 1 +1/+1 counter on it. You can remove 2 +1/+1 counters on it and pay 1 and a green to destroy target artifact. And whenever this creature attacks while saddled, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Very cool. Guidelight Pathmaker, Path of the Road, Dracosaur. Nothing too crazy that we haven't seen already with these commons and uncommons. We'll kind of put the District Mascot to the side because he's Pretty nice as well. So far, not too bad. If we can get some alt arts, and I think I can see just the edge of something there. We have ourselves an art card. That guy is having a rough time of it, huh? But we have something coming. Let's see. Samet, the driving force. Start your engines. Yeah, it's a good one for sure. And, ooh, Thopter Fabricator. This art is pretty nice, I gotta say. Very cool. Cloudspire Coordinator. Ooze Patrol. What's an Ooze Patrol? When this creature enters, mill 2 cards, then put a +1/+1 counter on this creature for each artifact and or creature card in your graveyard. Neat. Ooh, Lotus Guard Disciple. Forgot one of the other big cards in this set is a Lotus. So we will see if we can pull one of those. I know a lot of people are looking to include those in basically any deck that already has a lot of treasures. Lets you kind of take them to the next level and add a boatload of mana. A pilot. Getting a lot of these full art mountains, but that's alright because it's a very nice one. Oh, I don't know that we've seen the green one yet, but here we have it. A Dinosaur Ooze. That's a fun one. 5 mana for a 9/7. Awesome. Oh, Monument to Endurance. I know this is also a decently good hit. For any deck that cares about discard, being able to do one of these 3 abilities until all 3 have happened each turn. There's decks like Anya Falconwrath and CEDH and Commander that love to discard and can do it every turn. Yeah, this is a great card and goes in a lot of decks like that. Rover Blades. These full art cards look so nice. Loaded with color. Given an equipped creature double strike too. That's awesome. Oh, and Rover Blades again. So here we have the normal art and the extended. Both in the same pack. Cool. Adrenaline Jockey. The Wicker Folk. Matrix. Night Market. Ooh, another Maximum Overdrive. Beast Rider Vanguard. And nothing crazy in there. The Monument to Endurance. This guy over here. Very good. A Dinosaur Dragon. Love the arts. They're always so on point. The Venomous Lagak. Ooh, Count on Luck. Red enchantment. Beginning of your upkeep, exile top card of your library. You can play that card this turn. Okay. Not too shabby. And only 1 rare in that pack. Ooh, Point the Way. We've got Loot. Start your engines. Oh, yeah. So, if you get this down in an early turn, being able to sacrifice it for 4 mana once you have that much. Search your library for X basic land cards, where X is your speed. Especially once you get to max speed of 4. 5 mana to get 4 basic lands, as long as you can, you know, meet the conditions to increase your speed, having an opponent lose life. Pretty good. Sky Crash. Light Wheel, Aether Jacket, Grim Bobble. Yeah. We're about halfway through box 1. Already with some really good hits and exciting cards. 2/2 zombies. Always love to have those. Great tokens. A swamp. Bounce off. Return target creature or vehicle to its owner's hand. Perilous Snare. Detention Chariot. Stock up. Seen a lot of the commons and uncommons already. Nothing too crazy. We have our 4th art card of the box. Let's see if this one is possibly signed, or stamped, I guess I should say. Nope, not this one, but very neat art. Jungle Hollow, one of the tap lands, enters, gives you life. Guardian Sunmare. Horse mount, ward 2, 5/5 for 5 mana. Whenever this creature attacks while saddled, search your library for a non-land permanent card with mana value 3 or less, put it on the battlefield, shuffle, and saddle for 4. Okay, I can see that being good. Quang Feast. Ooh, only 2 mana for a sorcery. Choose target creature, planeswalker, or vehicle. Mill 2 cards, destroy the chosen permanent if its mana value is less than or equal to the number of cards in your graveyard. Nice. And we're into our uncommons. Siphon Fuel. Target creature gets -6/-6 to end a turn. For 5 mana, I can see it being good in draft, but Commander, not so much. I know I personally have a deck that uses the Masker Girl, the more recent one from Murders at Karlov Manor, that cares about having creatures lose lose toughness. For example, with -6/-6 on there to be able to get some value. But at 5 mana, maybe not so good. Oh! Bright Glass Gear Hulk. First strike trample. I remember this card being good when I saw the spoiler for it, so let's see. When this creature ETBs, you may search your library for up to 2 artifact, creature, and or enchantment cards with mana value 1 or less. Reveal them, put them into your hand, shuffle. Yeah, that's a pretty good effect. And it's first strike trample, 4/4 for 4. That's a really good enter the battlefield effect. I'm going to put that with the good stuff. The Pathmaker, on the network. Spin out. I know I saw Hull Drifter before, but I didn't actually see what it was. We'll take on Mole Drifter. It's a vehicle. Flying when it ETBs. Draw 2 cards. Okay. So it is just Mole Drifter, but for the hard cost of blue, and 3. Instead of 4 and a blue. And it's a crew 3. Mole Drifter definitely is a little strong for standard, so I can see why they would do a slightly powered down version for a standard legal set. But not too bad. I'd say it's playable in something. Ooh, okay. Here is a stamped card by, let's see, Shavrin Ivan. Very cool. Let's see if we can get that to focus. Yeah. What card is that? That is Coalstoke Gear Hulk. So just like Bright Glass Gear Hulk, there's a number of Gear Hulk cards in the set. That's one of the cycle of them. Very cool. Silk and Strength, Salvation Engine, a new mythic. Other artifact creatures get +2/+2. Vehicle attacks, return 1 target artifact from your graveyard to the battlefield, and crew 6 for a 6/10 for 5 mana. Okay. See that seeing some play. I think we've seen almost every one of our commons at this point, at least not too much new. Alright, another art card, the Speed Demon this time. Ooh, lots of blue, but very cool. Ooh, and our first person view Swamp in foil. Lovely. Starting column. Ooh. Okay. Sabsunen. Luxa Embodied. If we can get it to focus. It's a legendary creature, god. Reach, trample, indestructible. Can't attack or block unless it has an even number of counters on it. 0 is even. Beginning of your first main phase, put +1/+1 counter on this creature. Then, if it has an odd number of counters on it, draw 2 cards. Interesting. So it has some trade-offs, but reach, trample, indestructible, even though it can't block unless it has even, it's pretty strong. As long as you can manipulate your +1/+1 counters in a meaningful way. Sundial, point the way again. Ooh, Risky Shortcut. I don't know that we've seen that before. Sorcery, draw 2 cards. Each player loses 2 life for 3 mana. Okay. Another zombie token. Plains. Return Monument as the... Yeah, that's a rare. Okay, let's take a look. 2 mana for an artifact, 1 and a tap any number of target players, each mill 2, and then exhaust for 4 mana, tap any number of target players, each mill cards equal to the number of cards in their graveyard. Okay. Not too shabby. In a mill deck, for sure. Spectacular pile up. Creatures and vehicles lose indestructible, and then destroy all creatures and vehicles. Definitely gonna be a big board wipe for at least limited, whether it's draft. Might even see some play in Commander, considering it hits creatures as well as vehicles. And it has cycling on it too. So if you really don't need the board wipe at the time, just get rid of it. Ooh, Chandra, Loot, and I'm not sure who the one in the green hair is. Maybe Vraska, but I'm not sure. Full throttle. Blossoming Sands. Oh, Duretti. Duretti's a fun one. Its power is equal to equal to the greatest mana value among artifacts to control. Enters or attacks, choose an artifact in your grave, sack it, and if you do, return the chosen card to the battlefield. Great commander. Yeah, nothing crazy in the commons and uncommons. Looks like we have about 9 packs left or so. Okay. What we got here? Just a guy. Ooh, a Lotus. Very neat. Oh, maximum overdrive and foil. I also see just the edge of a card that looks really cool. Let's see. Zahur. Glory's Past. Start your engine, sack a creature, surveil once each turn. Max speed, non-token creature you control dies. Create a tapped zombie. Okay, and for our extended art or full art card, Burner Rocket. Only common, but I mean, very, very neat art. Sabotage Strategist. Yeah. Thopter. Very neat. Swiftwater Cliffs. Pathmaker. Ooh, Captain Howler. It's not one of the great ones. Tune Up. Might start skipping over a little bit more of those commons and uncommons now that we've seen most of them, I believe. Thopter, Blossoming Sands, the Bike. Ooh, it's a mana dork. And it gains you some life. Got Samet, this time not in foil. A little Hole Drifter again. Art card. Ooh. That's pretty. Mountain. Ooh, okay. We got something else interesting coming up. Oh, Ovia. Automech Artisan. This is definitely going to be... I was thinking of going between either this or one of the other cards for a commander for this set. And Ovia is just great. Being able to put a creature or vehicle from your hand on the battlefield for 1 and a green. It's pretty good. And it also says each creature that's attacking one of your opponents has trample. So especially for commander, being able to have this on the board, incentivizing your opponents to attack each other. So even if one of your opponents attacks another opponent, if this is out, that attacking creature will have trample, which is huge. So that's a very nice hit. Atchik, which is the card that we got in our first place foil earlier. Transit Mage. Yeah. That OV is a pretty nice hit. There's the other commander that I was looking at for this set, ooh, nice forest in the first person view, is a Orzhov commander, and I think that, ooh, not the Orzhov commander I was talking about, but Mimeoplasm, the revered one. Enters, exile X creature cards from your graveyard. Enters with 3+1/+1s for each creature card revealed this way. Becomes a copy of the creature exiled with it, except it's a 0/0 and has this ability. Yep, great card. Afterburner Expert. Exhaust to put some counters on it. Activate an exhaust. Return this card from graveyard to the battlefield. Not too bad. Alright, down to, it looks like 4 packs in our first box. We're into the groove of things. Ooh, it's the art from the Start Your Engines, right? Yeah. But just all art. Very neat. Ooh! I was just about to say we haven't hit a special guest card at all yet. Now we have Chrome Mox. That art is incredible. I also saw online that apparently you can get this in the gold bordered first place foils, but apart from that, this card is beautiful. Getting that sleeved up for sure. And writing some own comments that don't matter, but we will take that every day. Whew. Chrome Mox. Very nice. A Chrome Mox and Aether Spark. I think the only thing we're really missing is the Lotus. At least from this box. The very exciting stuff. Got another one of the lands that will give you red or give you blue if you already have one of the other types. A Boom Mobile. 2 packs. Start Your Engines. Lumbering World Wagon. Does that do anything interesting? Its power is equal to the number of lands you control. Pretty good. For our last pack. I doubt we're going to get anything that's going to beat that Chrome Mox, but if we get the Lotus, I'll have seen it all. Forest, yeah. Culloden, Triumph Caster. It's a Mountain Vehicles Commander. I mean, that, you can't be too upset about that. The big hits were Loot, Aether Spark, and Chrome Mox. And then we had a number of, I mean, very solid cards. The Monument, Mimeoplasm, the Ovia. Yeah. That's a pretty solid box. And we have one more to go for this video. So why don't we get right into it? $30 more packs. And 30, well actually, a little more than 30 more chances at the Lotus. Because each pack can have more than one rare. We are going to keep this box topper just to the side here, I think. Yeah, that'll be right at the end that we're going for that. Let's get right into these. Right away with the art card. Ooh, I saw something interesting in the back here. Is this Richard Kane Ferguson? I haven't looked yet, but... Oh, yep, that's art by Richard Kane Ferguson. Gonti, Knight Minister. Yeah, he has a very distinct art style. Very lovely. And, ooh, Hole Drifter. And the full art. That's a cool looking card. And a cool looking pose. Very neat. Yeah, we're going to move this whole stack of the other stuff out of the way. get right into it with the next. We don't want a falling tower of cards. Alright. Thopter Swamp. Ooh, the Regal Imperosaur again. Got one of those in our first box, but we'll always take another. Dinosaurs are never going to go out of fashion in Commander especially. And being able to give all your other dinosaurs... Ooh, I didn't see much, but I thought I saw something cool in foil, but let's see. Nah, it was just a light. Next up, got our pilot, forest. Ooh, March of the World Ooze. We haven't seen this one yet. 6 mana for an enchantment. Creatures you control have base power and toughness 6/6 and are oozes in addition to their other types. And whenever an opponent casts a spell, if it's not their turn, you create a 3/3 green elephant creature token. Okay. I don't know if this would see play in CDH, but opponent casting spell when it's not their turn, creating a 3/3. Not horrible. It's realistically a 6/6 because of this. I could see that being decent, but 6 mana is a lot for CDH, so hard to say. Caradora, Heart of Alacria. Enters tutor for a mount or vehicle from your library to hand. Not too shabby. An Exhaust with Wooburg for the activation. Huh. Becomes an artifact creature. Doesn't say till end of turn. So you can... Huh. Gets you a little bit of ramp with a basic. I don't know. Might see a little bit of commander play. Still haven't seen that Orzhov Commander yet. That's one of the other big hits. Cloth Wrappings, Zombie Lord. Okay, +1/+1. Target creature in graveyard gets Embalm. Okay. Could see that being played in some zombie decks for sure. Because Embalm gives you the creature back, except it's a zombie. Has no mana cost, only as a sorcery. Pilot. Night Market. Very cool art. Our rare is the World Wagon. Maximum Overdrive. Always gonna love the name of that card. Oh, we got some. Oh, we got 2 cards here. That or something. Is that Agonosaur Rex? 5 mana. Has cycling. When you cycle this card, put 2+1/+1 counters and up to 1 target creature or vehicle. It gains trample and indestructible time to turn. That's 5 mana for a trample 8/8. Wow. Okay. That's pretty strong. Whether it's draft or, honestly, Dinosaur Tribal for Commander, I could see that seeing play. Agonosaur Rex. What a name. Embalmed Ascendant. Cryptcolor Chariot. Some more zombie support. Never going to be a bad thing. The Wastewood Verge. I don't think we've got the Golgari, one of those in our last box, so always good to get that. A Pilot. Ooh, we got something again. Pedal to the Metal. Draconautics Engineer. Exhaust to give haste to other creatures you control, or rather, and exhaust to create a 4/4 dinosaur dragon creature token with flying. Awesome. And Veloheart Bike. That's the Manadork one, but very cool. Alrighty. Ah, yes, the vehicle Akira art token. Chandra going up to the bike. Yeah, that's awesome art. Very nice. Gonna put that in the nice stack. Oh, and we have the Boros Rare Land. I think that's every one of them from the cycle. Out of 2 boxes. Got all 5. Got ourselves the Chrome Mox. Loot. Aether Spark. Maybe something decent here. And Gas Guzzler. Start your engines. This creature enters tapped. Max speed. Sacrifice another creature or vehicle. Draw a card for a black. Ooh. I mean, very cool art. The orange reminds me a lot of, what's the game? Pizza Tower, I think it is. It's very much that aesthetic. I've never played the game itself, but license plate. Gas Breath. That's very fun. Oh, the dog again has blessed us. Nice. Yeah, the flavor in this set is very on point. The Velocipede. Once again. Start your engines. Ooh, we got something good. Come on. Swamp. Foil Hole Drifter. And, ooh, a rare World Wagon. Breaking it down. That's cool. Yep, we gotta put that in the good stack, too. About halfway through our second box. Ooh, very cool art. I'm a sucker for blue and pink with a little bit of purple. Cyberpunk Miami Vice. Ooh, Unstoppable Plan. Okay. Good hit. It's an enchantment that, beginning of your end step, untap all non-land permanents you control. Definitely useful in certain decks. Few commander decks of mine that could use that type of effect that aren't in green, so they can't have access to the likes of Seedborn Muse and Drum Bellower in white. Ooh. God, the art is so pretty. The Speed Demon! Oh, we saw the art card for this one earlier. Let's see. Flying Trample. Start your engines. It's a 5-drop legendary creature, so it can be a commander. At the beginning of your end step, you can draw X cards and lose X life. It's not a May, so you do draw the X cards and lose X life, where X is your speed. Awesome. Love to see someone make a commander out of that. Aganosaur Rex. Cycling. Oh, we saw that earlier in the full art. Alright, next up we have, oh, the one by, oh, let's see, I don't know where it was from in here, but I thought they had Charvin, Ivan written out the other way, but I guess still a fun art card. An island, ooh, Vinwixt, Verbose Host. So definitely the MC for the race events. Start your engines. You have no max hand size when you have max speed. If you would draw a card, draw 2 instead. I did consider making it a commander. I don't know that it's good enough, but for a lower power deck, it might be worth a shot. Being able to draw 2 instead of 1 on every draw kind of enables quite a bit. Oregon Highlands, yeah. Oh, we have the Is It Legend. Ooh, Bulwark Oxa we haven't seen before. Saddle 1, it's a 2/2 for 2. When the creature attacks while saddled, +1/+1 counter on target creature, sack it, and creatures you control with counters on them get hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Not too shabby. Anything that can give your creatures indestructible at instant speed is pretty solid. It has saved me in a number of games before. Ooh. Very neat. First person swamp. This reminds me a lot of that one Mario Kart map. It's like a Bowser circuit. The one that's like Neo Bowser City or something like that. That maybe. Very much has that vibe. Hell Squad heavy. A goblin guy. Ooh, and max speed can add a red for each goblin you control. Not bad. Not bad. I could definitely see that going into any goblin deck. 3 mana to, you know, have a chance at a boatload of mana. Loot. Oh, I did see a foil of something neat here. I'm not exactly sure what it is, just from the look of it, but... Ooh, Riptide Gear Hulk. So we have a foil full art mythic. 1 white, 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 blue, blue, blue. Or sorry, not white, white, white. 2 white, 2 blue. Not 3. Double strike prowess. When this creature enters, for each opponent, put up to 1 target non-land permanent that player controls into its owner's library, 3rd from the top. Blue-white blink decks will love this card. Your Bragos of the world being able to blink this, and for each, remember, each opponent, put 1 target non-land permanent that player controls there. Oh, is this the guy? Zahir... No. Yeah, no, this isn't. This is a Orzhov legend, but this is not the super exciting Orzhov legend that I was considering building as a commander. Start your engines, though. Sack a creature to surveil, max speed, create a zombie. Now, this is a very pretty card. I mean, jeez. Just very shiny. The blues, the greens. That's cool. We haven't even opened our box topper for this box yet, so we could have some crazy stuff. Oh, these are double-sided tokens. I didn't even realize until I just flipped it over. Nice little elephant. Oh, another loot. Still just the regular art, but cool nonetheless. Put that aside. Okay. Next up, I think we've got this card as the actual art. Got another full art forest. Dynamite Driver. Oh, an Oil Deep Gear Hulk. Okay, so we have... I don't think we had a single Gear Hulk in the first box, but we have 3 in this one. Let's see, Lifelink and Ward 1 for its abilities. When it enters, look at the top... look at target player's hand, the entirety of it. You can choose a card from it. If you do, the player discards it, then draws 1. Maybe not as crazy as the one that has the ETB and remove a bunch of permanents from the board, but... Lifelink and Ward 1 are abilities definitely not to snuff at. Alright. Oh, there we go. So we had the token earlier. This time we have the Akira homage. Just in the rain, doing a little drift. An Aetherdrift, if you will. Yeah, Chandra Spark Hunter. Love to see the actual card for that, but that art is awesome. Plains. The Swashbuckler gives your vehicles haste. We haven't gotten any real Chandra cards in these two boxes so far. Ooh, it's a very boxy. Come on, focus for me. Boxy vehicle, but I mean, I love the aesthetic with the like lightning. That's cool. Possession engine. Seems like 5 or 6 packs. This being the 6th one left. Thofter, Captain Howler, Count on Luck. Nothing crazy with that. Pilot. The Quang Feast again. Had that in our first box. Back again with the Akira vehicle token. Redshift, we also had that in our first box. So a couple duplicates. But overall, pretty fun boxes. Thopter, Stock Up. Ooh, Bossery. Let's see here. Exert to create a cat token that's very on theme. Cycle it, cats you control gain hexproof and indestructible. Cool. Alright. 2 packs left. Plus, of course, our second box topper. Ooh, Mu Yangling! Wind Rider. This is another commander that I considered building from the set. Cares about any flyers, so whenever this creature enters, create a 3/2 colorless vehicle artifact token with crew 1. Vehicles have flying, and whenever one or more creatures you control with flying deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. Draw a card is one of my favorite abilities on any Magic card, so I will always... Oh, yes, the Gas Guzzler. Very wild art, but a very cool card nonetheless. Yeah, this set's been really fun. I definitely want to build something from it, but I'm just not sure what. Maybe we'll see that Orzhov card for Commander in our next box, but we'll see. If you're interested in getting any of these packs yourself, boxes, bundles, you can check out jaffcomics.com, of course. We're doing pre-orders over there. Of course, this will be going up probably on Friday for the pre-release, so you can get your orders in for any of the products, not necessarily just the Play Booster boxes or Play Booster booster packs. But yeah, check those out there if you want to get any of these singles. There's also the store of jaffcomics.tcgplayerpro.com. That's where all of these awesome singles, including this Chromux that we pulled earlier, the Aether Spark that we pulled earlier, all of those will be listed online or available in store. So be sure to check those out. Also, if you're liking these videos, maybe consider giving this video a like, and hitting the subscribe button to be notified when we have more videos like this coming out for future sets. Ooh, that mountain is so cool. A little blue, little reddish pink with the gold. That's awesome. And our last card out of our box topper. So we have 2 cards here. Oh, some people might know what this is just from this, but we're going to slow roll it just a little bit. Again, if you want any of these singles, check out jaffcomics.com and jaffcomics.tcgplayerpro.com. The links will be in the description. Our last card is Cole Stoke Gear Hulk. Menace, Death Touch, 5/4. This creature enters, put target creature card with mana value of 4 or less from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. The finale counter. Ooh, okay. Gains menace, death touch, and haste, and at the end of turn, exile that creature. Okay. Very cool. 2 boxes, 2 sets of box toppers. Our biggest hits: Chrome Mox, Aether Spark, Loot from box 2. Lots of Gear Hulks, another Loot, Riptide Gear Hulk. I mean, I love the art of this card. It's so nice. I think that's mostly it. Yeah. Alright, well, thank you all for watching. Once again, this has been Jeff Comics with our first opening of Aetherdrift Play Boosters. Stick around until next time. We'll have more Aetherdrift Play Boosters in another video. And with each other set coming out, we should be having more videos come out as well, so that way you guys can enjoy the openings along with us. So until next time, take care, and thanks for watching.